Good morning, Beth. It's always so good to see you. I was thinking this morning, I'm out here, it's so beautiful, and I'm having some hawks that are going over my head, and it reminds me of a young woman that we connected with several years ago. Her name was Sydney, and she passed in her 20s. And I was just being reminded of her family and that loss. You know, we all are experiencing loss. It touches us in so many different ways, and it's hard. It's hard stuff. It's real stuff. It's grief. You know, it takes us down to our, the lowest of the points, and it breaks our hearts open. And I was just thinking too of some of her messages that came through, really speaking to grief. It can. She's talking about grief as really a way to move us deeper into our hearts. There was a beautiful letter that you channeled for her parents after her passing, and really talking about going really deep into that space, which has so much pain, but going deep to find that space between. And it really is so breathtakingly beautiful. We know, you and I, that there is no death, that we are eternal spirits. But how, when we lose somebody, whether a loved one or even our beloved pet, our hearts are absolutely broken open, and we can feel so stuck and lost. We feel the loss and we feel lost. And I was just thinking so much about what Sydney's words were of going to that space between, because I'm going to be running another one of my groups, Grief Healing After Loss. And I am helping in a different way connect people with their loved one on the other side, connect them with the other side, which actually connects them with themselves and helps them to move through that space and connect with that beautiful space between, that space between the heavens, or the universe, and the unseen and the seen, which is here. And to find that communication, to find that space and that knowing. And it's so interesting, Beth, when I did the group that I had in May of the grief group, we actually had the loved one with us. It's unlike anything else. It's almost like when you come with your loved one. And it's a way to really find one another so that you can communicate in your own way. Everyone can communicate. Every one of us has gifts to communicate with the unseen, with a loved one. It's just different for each of us. But in the group that I'm going to be doing starting next Sunday evening, you will be connecting with your loved one, and it's really meeting them in that space between, which is just so beautiful.
I have a ton of questions, but I want to be part of the group because I feel that life is you can't live life without feeling grief. And it is, there's loss embedded in life is what I'm hearing. It is loss of loved ones, and also, loss of attachments as we grow, and loss of our past, and as we heal, loss of the ego. And there's a rebirthing and a dying every day that we go through. And I know I have my own loss that I've experienced in life, and I love that your group is called Hope and Healing After Loss, because that I know so many people can get stuck in the grief. And I know you're going to talk about that because I want to hear about that. And and your other group was amazing. I didn't participate in the other group, but I had the honor of coming on for a session, which I'm going to do for everyone who signs up for this group, is channel a sacred letter from their loved one, or from someone from the other side that they want. So I hope it's okay that I can participate and do that for everyone, because I know how incredibly connected you are around holding the space for everybody, and also bringing through the love. Because what I'm receiving just in this moment is, and I've just gone into a place, just talking about this and being with you, talking about this, that feels so safe and like empowering, but like warm. I'm hearing the word like warmth. And um that I know what you've done for me in healing my grief. And I know the power of love, and how love is what is the hope in healing, right? I mean, that is what we need to help us get through those moments of grief.
And we're always held. I mean, there is, you said it so beautifully. It is love, and it's always there for us. But it's when we're in our grief, and sometimes in the deepest of our grief, that we have a hard time allowing that in. And so how to open that and actually kind of rediscover a different way of connecting with a loved one. This is what, happened in the group, and both of the, each person brought in a loved one, and they felt that, and they reconnected. And what I'm hearing from the people in the group, it's really totally blown open a whole different way to experience that loved one, and opened up their eyes and their ears to see into the unseen, see the gifts. And it really is actually connecting that person, the person here, fully back to their heart. Sometimes it's through our grief that we connect to our higher self. It's through grief that we connect to our to the essence of who we are, because we are always, it's all tied to love. It's all tied to love. And to honor it in a different way, to see it in a different way, but also to be connected to so many on the other side. There's so many angels and spirit guides and loved ones that are coming through during this group. And so it's going to be a 4-week group. It starts next Sunday evening. And I'm going to post the link below. I hope if you're going through grief, or you have anyone that that this might be helpful to, please pass it along to them, because everyone is not alone. No, grief is real, but no one needs to be alone and feel alone. But there is that possibility of finding peace. There really is. And it opens us in a profound way. So we will be going through connecting to that space between, helping to find that space between. And then Beth, as you said so beautifully at the end, that last week, is connecting with specific messages for you from a loved one, specific. And if you want to find out more about the letters that Beth has channeled, visit our first book, Living Beyond Fear. We put in beautiful letters that were streaming through and channeled from the other side. But we are so guided, and our loved ones are right here. They've shed this form, but they're right here. So it's helping to connect you back to that knowingness of that they are there, but to know them in a different way, in a new way that is so beautiful. So I hope people will join us, take a look, and if you know someone, again, who's going through loss, whether it's of someone who's departed, or a loss of a relationship, or loss of a job, or we're always going through losses in life. So it's that continual cycle, that loss and rebirth, as you said, that is that change that we're going through, and how to move more with ease through it, to get the gifts that are there within it.
That's amazing. And there's people who have signed up already. Is there a limit on the group size?
Right now, I'm no, not really. But there's we're making an intimate group. So so go on. If you're guided to be there, you'll be there, and you will be totally changed. I mean, what I'm getting from the people who were in my first group, it's totally transformed how they have gone through grief, and actually opening up new possibilities in their life. Because so many people can feel stuck, and they also feel like they don't really want to move on, because, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose that feeling, I don't want to, I have one woman who's like, my husband's genes are still where I left him like 3 years ago, he passed. And I don't want to, you don't want to do anything so that you lose that feeling. And what they're sharing from the other side and the loved ones coming through is, you don't have to just hold that peace, because I'm right here, and we're going to connect you with that person, and so much in the unseen to move you to a new place where it's continually feeling, but feeling in such an expanded way in that space between. So please, take a look, and we'd love to have you join us, and also to, pass it on to your friends, because it really is unlike anything that you may have seen that's out there, that's dealing, with grief, but it's actually giving you the gift, to move through something that's so hard, and to open up all that is waiting for you, the gifts that are waiting for you from going through the pain of grief.
And you just reminded me, you can give this to a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
You can gift it to somebody with their permission that they want to join the group. And I just want to close with saying, when I did the sacred letters for people a couple people in your last group, I remember specifically that they talked to them about how they can connect with the loved one themselves, and also how to hear them, how to feel them, how to listen to them. They made concrete suggestions, which was unexpected and incredible. So that's just a bonus that I know that people will receive from the group. So if you want, there's more information on the website. So click on the link below and you'll get more information. And it's a week from tomorrow that it's starting, and it's at 7 o'clock, right?
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. If you miss any of the sessions, they will be taped for that specific group and shared. But yeah, join us. We'd love to have you be part of it. And the thing I just want to add to what you were sharing about that is we had the people in the group write 2 questions. So what your specific questions are for your loved one, and the loved one responded to those specific questions, which was just mind blowing to the people in the group, that it was so specific. It was so affirmative that, oh my gosh, they are right here, because you couldn't have, it's too specific, and it's all real. So join us. And if you have any questions, let us know, but we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, and our love, so much love to you all.
Love to you.